play it, more likely is things go wrong. They start T-side.
Yeah.
At the same time, they could just blow everyone out on it again.
We'll see. Looks like we're ready to get into the action. Ladies and gentlemen, your fourth game of the day on this stream. Just to update you on the A stream as well. NRG currently facing NIP. That's going the full distance. It's 13-11 now in favor of NIP, but they're on the T side of Nuke. We're about to kick things off for a pistol round on our game here. compLexity CT side, Astralis. We'll have a look at their buy as it comes in and see if we can work out what they'll be heading towards. And yes, remember, they have got an unbeaten record on this particular map with this lineup. It's around 28-0.
The crazy thing is, though, that the compLexity knows that, and they left it in the pool. So I'm not fully
I guess
worried.
it's because it's one of those maps. If they do get a pistol on the CT side, they can find some form. If they can get 10 rounds, win the pistol. It's going to take a lot of variables to come in their favor, a lot of ifs and maybes.
I think this just got spicy. I really do.
I agree. Nuke is one of those maps that can really fall apart very quickly if you have a rough start here. If Astralis win the pistol, though, I would dare say it might be done quite early on. They're so good on this map, so versatile. It's a P250 for Glaive. He's got a smoke and flashbang as well. As they start to make their way outside, looks like a fast upper split to me. They're going to drop down in front of this main entrance and see what they can do. And actually heading towards the ladder and focusing on the players up there.
Shadows. They thought they jumped around and avoided main entrance, but Stan saw one shadow and they were already ready for it with a pinch position. You said it. If they can find a pistol, they've got something in this. Unfortunately, that's going to be easier said than done because they've lost the man advantage that they had. It's back to a 2-on-2, but Stanislav finds Katowice, and Zipix, clutch minister as we know him, is going to have to do all the work with the Glock, not with the bomb either. This was an interesting call and well struck by compLexity to shut it down.
Nothing in Stanislaw now. They've got the control of the bomb. Zipex, aware of that factor, he has no armor, just to note. He brought up, I think, the P250 for Glaive, perhaps. We'll see. But he's got to recover the bomb, get a kill, and potentially a plant as well. Ideally gets that USP, but that would give his position away. Those shots already do that. Making his way closer now. Looking for mistakes to be made. Will he be able to grab the bomb and get out of there? That's another question altogether. At this point, nothing will actually take him down in a clinical manner there with the P2000 and get them the 1-0. He managed to actually get that initial kill towards main entrance as well. And compLexity pick up a much-needed pistol there. I don't think we'll see the force buy out of Astralis. They'll probably try and get the bomb down. There's a tactical purchase coming in, though, so the force buy could be happening here. So Device, with all the kills previously, he buys an AK, sacrifices his own round, essentially. He's still off Deagle, no armor here. He gives the AK to Dupree, who will buy up. And this is an old strap, much more prevalent in 1.6 than it was Source and CSGO. We'll see if this works out for them. It's up to Dupree to crack open things outside as a dink comes out. I think that was Death actually hit Glaive at that distance and does a ton of damage. He has no helmet, so he pays the price in that department. Dupree has actually got himself downstairs with the AK. He managed to get past the outside smokes, AK downstairs, and he's hoping he can catch a CT in transition here.
Little pre-fire, why not, from Device, just hoping to get someone in behind the vents. They are approaching outside. No one out there, despite having the weapon advantage. They're going to give it up. Oftentimes you'll see someone go with a rifle there because that is the most open position and where you'd have typically the most open advantage. Dupree, he just got underneath completely. We missed it, but he's actually already lurking in from the bottom side of ramp. The AK in hand, he's now got two. He's followed it up on a def as well.
And there it is. Dupree's backstab with the AK, as we pointed out, is looking very successful. 2 kills with it, nothing. Drops down the fence. He's going to get maybe 1 frag out of this, but almost no chance of winning out. He's got 19 HP, and this play from Dupree was sensational. I was watching his progress down towards lower. He managed to get towards the radio room, and he had to break the window there. He waited for his teammate to throw a lot of grenades and footsteps towards ramp before he actually broke the window. That took all the attention away. He comes up, backstabs too, and that's going to be Astralis answering back of a gamble play there, as it will be 1-1. They survive with an AK, a FAMAS, Glaive on his CZ. I'd like to recover a little bit more, but nothing will have to save at this point. He heads all the way in towards the other side of the map. Nothing can be done. The round is over. 3-0 will survive for him, though. It's Astralis tying things up. And what a way to do it as well. 1 AK-47 is all it takes. Will compLexity return the favor? Sounds like they are. Here, a lot of buying going on. Indeed, they will purchase up CZ scouts. The FAMAS from the previous round, nothing will be the one to drop the sniper to Shazam. Now, that's an interesting question. I haven't watched much of this complexity play. You've got Shazam and Ricky here. Who's going to be taking main orb responsibility on the CT side? You can only have one orb. Here, I assume Shazam. I think Ricky's fallen back into more of a rifle role, but we'll see.
See how Glaive approaches this as well with the MP9. So Astralis showing off how they're so capable of working the map. Remember, that's one thing they're exceptional at, is getting control of lower, getting control of secret, forcing the CTs out of position. It's the T side that defines them, as it often is for good nuke teams. That separates the men from the boys. It's Def. Decent damage to start it off, but he is forced off the angle. He'll back away. I love our radar on this map because you can clearly identify that he is the only one downstairs at this point, but he's not the only one that could get there. They still have position on ramp available to Ricky. He can rotate quickly. But Shazam on the scout. He's already given up that he has it. They're going to nade toward him, and Dupree's holding the angle. Brilliantly done again. The man with the AK last round gets another kill with it this time.
Well, he's managed to do at least some damage, Shazam, that is. Glaive and Magiska low, but is that going to be enough? Pistols will be ready to take down the softened up players, but Dupree heads towards the ramp. Looks clean for now. Damage done towards, I believe, the player at the top of the ladder there. Heard some ticks. As Astralis head towards lower. How much presence do we have down there on the CT side? None at all. You can see in the top left of your screens right now, we have the radar showing the upper and lower bomb sites. So now Def has rotated through towards the vents, so he's the only player showing up on the other radar right now. He can't deny our plan, and that should be the round.
Should be indeed. Stan not able to do anything with it. Has Dupree hunting him down as well. Nothing's got Device. Keep that in mind. There's a story for everyone. We said it. He is standing in. He's become the mercenary, but he's got a massive fanfare, and for good reason. In fact, he's had more camera time than most players at this major because he's on that commercial doing his lovely flash dance.
Yeah, and his face is all over the place in this building as well.
That's true. He's got a beautiful face, so let's not be too upset by that. They'll close it out. Nothing in Stanislaw go down. Def does get away, but it's only the MP9 that he gets, so it's not an AK-40 system carried over. And we'll go 2-1 to Astralis, taking back the lead. Ooh, with that MP9, though, that's going to give him a bit more money. He can't run forward to get the other AK, but he gets another one out of the hands of Astralis, at least. But back in the lead on the T side for Astralis. It's exactly where they want to be.
It has to be full eco really now for the complexity side. After winning the pistol, you'd think they'd be in a fantastic spot, but Astralis, when there's a will, there's a way. They force buy in the second, went out against the complexity force buy in the third, and now find themselves pretty much gimme around here as they enter round number 4. It's going to be 2-1 in their favor, and only Def has any significant weaponry. He's got the MP9 armor combo. Nothing has got a Zeus. He kind of really started off the trend of that being a thing before he got nerfed. Flashes towards outside, and Astralis head back to the lobby. See if this Zeus can do anything from on top of the hut here, as Magisk has full ramp control. I'm sure he'll be communicating that to his teammates as he makes his way towards the heaven position. They're actually going to head towards lower. Device lying in wait, waiting to take players down towards the vent position. First kill comes in, he goes down to 1 HP though, and he knows he has to get out of there. Unfortunately for him, Def is waiting for the flank. Shouldn't have too much impact though. If anything, Def is going to save that Krieg, while the rest of them try and hold the T's on the bomb site and go for an exit kill here.
So not to mention that Astralis have a 100% win record on Nuke. They also have a 100% win record on Cash currently. They don't play it as frequently.
It's their pretty much their go-to veto, right? So when they can play it, but they don't usually like to. So I guess they probably played like 4 or 5 times maybe this.
Yeah,
lineup.
I didn't see the total stats.
So
it's hard to dig through HLTV on the phone while doing this, but yeah, still impressive.
It would have been like maybe some Pro League games that would have come through, but it's Def.
And maybe a couple of the best of 5s as well, right?
Yes.
Because they would have played quite a few of those last year. But yes, Def does get on the board with 2 kills. That's Device and Magisk going down. Still, though, they've got lots of money. Device, in fact, has enough to go to an op should he elect to do so. Probably unwise, considering you wouldn't have a lot of utility to go with it, and it's T-side, so he will stick on the AK-47. But 3-1 now, and complexity. Great start winning the pistol. I thought this could get spicy. This is where they start to get tested. Guns brought back up. They'll carry the Krieg over for Ricky. They've got 2 AUGs to play with, and Nuke, they could certainly be a factor. You get one toward ramp to look in toward the trophy room. Outside, Heaven. So many options for the AUG to really let loose. As Stanislaw tries to do that, firing inside of Squeaky. Nothing's even waiting to counter off a run in case anyone wants to drop inside of the vents, because we know Astralis likes to work lower, if only to have map control. And that's what Glaive's trying to do now with the smokes.
Flashes over, Dupree trying to send the AWP packing, but taking all bullets, and it will be Def to strike first. Opening kill for compLexity. And now, Magisk trying to answer back. Def shouldn't really be peeking that again. He's got 44 HP. They've got the advantage. They just want to hold on to that.
Magisk just waiting for anyone to show themselves outside. Def has stayed hidden since taking that initial damage. No one inside of ramp room as we see it right now. The rotation's gone off toward the bottom side of Heaven. Shazam is there with the AWP. And the rotation already underneath is Ricky. He's got the Krieg, remember, but he's watching towards Secret. So the fact of the matter is they can sneak down ramp at this point in time, and Glaive's already cleared to control. Shazam flashes it, and he can still repeat this with the AWP, but that's... Oh, he's going to go up the ladder. I was going to say, that's a bold move to try and do right now with no one to flash him in, having already thrown one. And Ricky, this all falls on him at this point. I'm very surprised they gave up Astralis, gave ramp to Astralis so easily, having the opening pick against Dupree as well. But Ricky gets one. Bomb didn't fall down, unfortunately for him. And when he steps out, Glaive is already inside of the door because, again, he was in control for so long. Keeps his head down, and Def walks back into it. I'm surprised he gets away with that, but does he? It's traded by Stan. Bomb planted. It's still the man advantage for compLexity, but no kids.
But here it comes. Will the double kill come through? Not Molotov. He's going to try and deploy that towards the end of the round. Zipex protecting him for now from the wall banks here. He's very vulnerable up there, and they will take him down in the end. That's the utility threat taken away. CTs are no smoke at this point. They're still going to struggle as they're up against one of the world's best in these sort of scenarios. And now Shazam touches the bomb. Remember, no kip, and Zipex is just enjoying this. He knows he's won the round. It's all done. And Shazam, he'll actually go down with a blast at this point as well. What's he up to? He'll go for a desperate play towards it. He knows he had no chance there whatsoever. Did what he could, but very, very well played. I don't know how even Glaive survived so long. It looked like he was absolutely taken down in that 1v1 towards the steps, but he gets the trade somehow. And here's Def on that flank. And Ricky, he thought he did enough there. He gets 2 kills, but it wasn't anywhere near as it comes into 2 of the best in the business. Device and Zipex left in a 2-on-2.
But again, we talked about those smokes going down. Glaive, he went alone. Def was still fighting with 2 players way back towards Silo, and he walked into Secret. He got down there so early that even though Ricky had a thought, and Def communicated that it might have been possible, they gave up ramp doing it, and then boom, they're all over the lower site.
Just to confirm, while we've got this eco ahead of us, NIP just took down NRG 16-14 on Nuke. So that sounded like a great game. Both teams well versed on the map, and it went right down to the wire, around 30, as this full eco looks like it'll be quite one-sided, I'm afraid. Astralis looking to fight 5-1, and this is the scoreline we had to avoid on the compLexity side. On their CT forces, they had to have this scoreline in their favor. This actually looks like it's going to be a very difficult recovery. If they get 5 rounds at this point, they'll be happy with it, because it's really not looking good. The loss bonus starting to get up there. This will be maximum going to the next round. It was Shazam on the AWP in that first gun round. They have got 2 AWPers there, but it seems like Shazam will be purely on this particular map. Actually, with wallbang damage, successful. Glaive is doing a lot. He doesn't have to find these kills either.
Zeus. Oh, he got it. Glaive goes down. At least something to smile about, but there's not much else to, because 5-1 make it 6 for Astralis. Excuse me, 5. It went to kills. Changed it already. But 5-1 for Astralis. T-side's fantastic. That's exactly what they wanted. Big scout for NIP you brought up. That's a fantastic start. They'll now avoid the minors. That puts them back into at least a top 16 position in the next major as well. Starting the challenger stage at the very least, but there's still a long way to go to get to the top 8 for them. NRG now have to come out of the losers bracket. A lot of people had them sort of in the top 5. I got confirmation. It's 32-0 on Nuke, including online, 27-0 on LAN.
Still unbelievable, isn't it?
Ridiculous.
And this looks like another notch in the belt, to be honest. But either way, Ricky holding ramp at this point. Device of the AWP on the T side now. They have got on the CT side as well. That's in the hands of Shazam, but very difficult to have massive impact as an AWP or a nuke. Like, if you get one pick to open things up and you stay alive, that's a success in its own right. Device has been tagged up and legged by Shazam. Down to 14 HP, but it doesn't matter too much nuke. If you're the AWP especially, just holding these tight angles, looking to challenge, and it will be Shazam to strike first. He takes down Dupree as the flashes come through. Def has got a low HP Device in front of him, but that gives him his position now.
Def goes back, knowing one's there, but Magisk one step ahead and gets the kill onto him. His third kill of the game. Shazam's trying to find an angle just to get in position to find him again because he's gone by. Shazam is all over it, but not quite in the right spot at all at this point. Again, they put Glaive downstairs in secret inside of the stairs. He'll wait for Xyp9x to join, and so too now will Device on 14 HP.
They've got one CT player down there. It's going to be Ricky this time. He is actually on the bomb site floor with the AUG. He has one flashbang to defend these ensuing T-side players. They're going to open that door any second now. If Ricky nails the first shot, no problem. If he doesn't though, he's in trouble because they're going to sandwich him in just like that. And with Device in the vents, he's more than happy to hold this. He'll wait for them to drop down now. Keep it on Device. There we go. They're not going to go for it by the looks of things, as he'll take down nothing. And that should be the end of the round. He can't even consider dropping down.
They're just so solid, aren't they? I mean, even when Ricky gets the shot off, he's been rotating off ramp so much. Second he misses, boom, door opened. You called it. And he knew it too. He turned around, he's like, great.
Yeah, he had
Here
to hit an instant kill there. Such a, awkward position to be in, especially with the solo player. If you had, one smoke or even an incendiary, you'd think, okay, he can play this. But unless he gets the instant kill there, he was always going to go down. Adaptation there from Device. In fact, he knows, I'm low HP right now, but how can I stay alive and be impactful here? If I hold the vent, if they drop down, instant kill for me, then I'm not even get any damage off. So, nice position for him to be in. He cuts off Jordan, and it will be 6-1 Astralis. I knew it'd be one-sided. I knew Astralis was going to win this, which is still up for debate. I just didn't think this T-sided would be this brutal, especially after losing the pistol as well.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start to the major for Astralis. Phenomenal, absolutely incredible 2018. Intel Extreme Masters Grand Slam champions, looking to go back-to-back at majors and win the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice major. And they start out on Nuke, of all things, how to give them a nice, comfortable beginning.
Ease them into it.
Yep.
Warm them up. But a tactical timeout now. Counter-terrorists. Just discussing their options. Working out what they can do here, because at this point, money a little bit limited for masses coming out. Shazam still has the AWP.
Warden back behind compLexity, just to note as well, because it was Rambo for a period of time.
He's part of Cloud9 now.
Exactly, yeah. He's gone over to Cloud9 to help out with Valens. Valens is going to be moving into sort of a data application and analytics role. More of a technical role, I guess, with the organization.
That was his background, I believe, so that makes sense. Either way, Shazam will have the opening pick. First advance they've had in a while here, and Ricky might be giving it up. He pushes forward towards the CT boxes here. He needs to be very careful indeed, as Def looks like he might be going down. There's Ricky, who does give up the frag, and Device takes down the AWP as well. You can see them discussing on screen right now. Def is just asking, well, what can I do? I'm holding rampage, guys. Everyone's dropping. With the advances we've gathered, got to stop challenging. Got to try and use our numbers in our favor instead of going for more and more frags.
Advantage again to Astralis, nothing. Smoke down inside of Hut, aware of the situation that they're going to be wrapping in behind on Heaven. Doesn't want to overcommit to pushing into Hut, though, because smartly Astralis is anchoring that as well. So completely surrounding upper. Again, Astralis so good at utilizing outside and lower. They have Heaven, the players upstairs. Normally they have the advantage holding the upper side. Now they've got both sides to cover off. Nothing reads it, though, and he has the bomb.
That's a weird one from Xyp9x. Alone walking into the heart. Luckily his teammates are there to recover the situation. Maybe could have timed that a bit better to actually make sure he survived. But it's either way, they're trading out kills. It's Stanislaw now who goes down to 8 HP. Def will have to join them. They've got no utility and one player that's pretty much removed from the equation. So it's up to Def really. What can he get done here? He's got a flash. Now Molotov out of position. That's a nightmare for him. He's going to run through these flames.
Well,
it works out.
He's done it. It nearly caught them off. He's got it down to a one-on-one as well. Stanislaw Just 8 HP to work with. As he tries to get back inside of the site, Glaive knows he's going to be going to the bomb, so too will he, but doesn't want to overstep the mark. 2 kills already for Glaive. He's heard him tip it, and he'll run out to take down the Canadian. It's 7-1 for Astralis. Keep in mind, this is our last sort of bracket, if you want to call it that, between this and the A stream of 0-0 games, our opening games, our 1-0 or 0-1, and then we reset everything after this to figure out who plays who going onward.
Nothing did what he could in the hub. Got the bomb down, but you could see they were surrounded. They got the opening kill there as well. I'm surprised at the decision from the CTs to actually push further, try and go for more kills. I'd be falling back, if anything, and trying to make Astralis run down the clock and make the next move. They'll buy up into this round. They got 4 for masses, no kits, no orb, and an orb in the hands of death. It really is not looking too good for them, as they'll lose the most significant weapon they have early on. They've done damage, and they'll get their first kill. But still, such an advantage for the T side now. For Mass, not an ideal weapon against the AKs.
Typics checking out the ramp at this point.
They seem to be able to walk in there every single round, it seems.
I think they've become well aware of the fact that every time they get someone lower, it's Ricky that they're finding down there, and he's the ramp player.
Yes.
So that means he's rotating really early. This time he just gets pushed off, so now he's not only not downstairs, he's also still not at ramp. And I'm wondering if maybe it's time to double the ramp position. If you can't win it, you can put 2 there, 1 to rotate lower or push through.
Get the AWP there set up. Maybe have some more rifles towards secret step to the start, something like that, just to mix it up a bit. But right now they've got to focus on this situation. They are running out of utility on the CT side, and again, it's a single kill as Magus just walks into ramp room and hands himself 2 frags. He goes on the 4 HP, but I'd imagine he's camped the back box now. Stanislaw at least gets 1 on the trade, but at this point, nothing. And Stanislaw up against the 3-on-2. Time is ticking away, but you can see the bomb's actually heading towards lower right now. That's on the back of Glaive as they get closer and closer towards the bomb site.
Door open. You could see nothing was trying to get inside a secret just to give yourself a lot of squeaky, that is rather. But you're right, Zipix already has Stanislaw. They're everywhere. compLexity doesn't have an answer. You can see nothing. He's sitting there thinking, man, they could be heaven right now. They could be mini. I'm going to go inside the doorway because that way I can at least have my back to a wall that I'm not going to get shot from. And then they plant lower. He goes back in. Guess what? There was someone at mini.
That was where the round took a turn for the worse. Zipex covering his teammate as he plants the bomb. Spot on. Nails it. 8-1. compLexity have to take an eco. Maximum loss bonus when they get you so far. They've won the pistol round so far. That is it if you're just joining us. Looks like the streak of Astralis on nuke is safe for now. If I had to hazard a guess at this point. Another opening kill for compLexity. They've had plenty of those. They haven't necessarily translated to round victories though. I think the AK's picked up. Yes, Stanislaw's managed to grab it through the gap. And they might have another kill here as well. Magus tagged up and grenade comes in. Actually does a lot towards death. Lands right on him. As a booster, help your player up. Not for long. He's being tagged himself, but he does get the frag.
Zipix will help himself toward decontamination.
Just nothing down there.
Good position. We talk about this, but Deagle, Zipix may not check it. Take that back. I don't know. I don't think he had to swing that, to be honest, but he was trying to get an angle because he didn't want to let him walk in and plant the bomb was the bigger issue, perhaps. Ricky got a Zeus kill last time. Let's see if he finds another because it's all they've been able to get so far. It's Zipix this time. I think it was Glaive last time, if I'm not mistaken, but 1-on-2. Bomb not yet planted. It'll go down at the upper site. I suppose if he secures himself a kill in an AK, fine, but rounds are going to be more important than Zeus kills. 9-1 looking likely for Astralis on the T side.
Yeah, he's got no shouts in this one. No armor, no nades, no kit. Might as well save the AK. Nice job to get the Zeus kill. Is that 2 Zeus kills for him now?
Was it 2? Yeah. It was Glaive was the other one.
He's had 3 kills in total. 2 of them were Zeus's. It's not the stats you want to be hearing.
Just taking a peek to see if, yeah, the other one's not started. So A-Stream's not started up their next game yet.
We're so efficient on this stream. No fluff here. Just hard-hitting action.
Just get
game
it done.
after game.
That's right.
Get in, get out.
And IBR Cloud9
Oh,
is
that's a good game.
the other game that's about or due to start on that stream.
That will be a good one. Everyone's going to be excited to see how MLBR just look in general.
Yep. Back to the Portuguese lineup. Cloud9, after 2 players departed to join that team. Brazilian lineup, I should say, but Portuguese speaking is what I'm
I was going to say something before everyone knows what you mean.
Yeah, no, I just thought I'd clarify because someone will be confused by that. But no, Portuguese speaking, which they did admit yesterday in an interview that it was more costly than they would have wanted to admit or been willing to admit during the time that it was going on. But it's also, just to note, Cloud9 to a European roster, kind of. With Golden they are, but with Zelsis they're not. Still very much a North American org.
compLexity, it's just looking to salvage anything here. If they can get a few rounds on the board, at least give them at least some hope at digging their heels in the next half, that would be fine. At this point, this is the most CT-sided map in the pool, and you're getting absolutely wrecked. Opening kills haven't been the problem. They've got those a lot. It's just closing things out seems to be where things get a little bit more complicated for them.
Wave goes around to the main entrance doorway, but he's actually just going to hold station for a moment because Dupree's in a battle with Shazam, who's actually come out on top of that with the AWP. So 2 kills finally now for compLexity, but those are turned immediately. How fast is Astralis? It's nothing coming back out from Hut that finds 2, and it's the second round for compLexity. 3 stay alive.
9-2, 3 do stay alive, but still a lot of reset potential there. They can drop the orbs and get all the utility they need. You do need the incendiaries, the smokes, the diffuse kits on nuke. It's all about stopping fast plays and shutting down executions. It's just that chance to get into it now. Give a decent spawn, but will you want to do anything towards ramp? Ramp on the CD side, you don't really have many options. You're just holding your position, staying alive, and trying to stop them part lower. As Device will take a shot towards main entrance. No one there. At least his vision is blocked. There's a CT in position. And there's a couple outside this time. Def will find the first frag to the in-game lead of Astralis. That's Glaive going down.
Don't wait for Dupree to get on. Oh, Twinkie to try and get a shot back. He got dinked up twice there. Def actually hit him with a headshot the first time, but it barely did any damage. He was just holding to make sure the bomb didn't get found, but Def finally taken down by Device. He got 3. As Magisk clipped the wall. Still, even with those 3, it's only a 1-man advantage. And an aid thrown to Shazam is going to force him off Turnpike further. Nothing. He's getting aggressive, isn't he? Already pushed into lobby.
It's a one-and-done spot, but that's actually perfect for this scenario, right? We'll see if this works out. He's seen the Molotov from radio.
Problem with that, okay, he's got it. He might actually get in secure position against Device. It's an AWP. They forced him out. That works. I was going to say, the problem is if they don't peek from main where he was looking and the guy beside him walked out. Thankfully, he saw that Molotov.
Just to note, nothing could have got an AK there. He opts to stay on the org. So that's kind of fascinating, the CT side for the first time in my career in CS. You're a CT player saying, you know what, I don't want that AK. I want to keep on my CT weaponry.
We were hypothesizing about that last week.
I saw him talk with you. I watched the head cam while we were talking. I was just like, should I pick up the AK? And I was like, no, stay on the org, man. It's like, no brainer.
Yeah. Well, Def got 3 kills with it outside, which now amounts to the 3rd round for compLexity. Dupree takes nothing out of midair. How fast were they through Hut? He was still getting secure on top of the site. They're going to go through the flames twice as much. Magisk wants to enter. Device thought Magisk cleared it, but that's exactly when they walked out from behind the silos. Ricky gets a kill, and Stan pushes forward. It's all on to Xyp9x. He's downstairs, though. He's evaded them all. He'll shut the door behind him. He'll get the plant. Fast peek. This could be, and it could be Xyp9x going down. He's got the knife out, not ready for Shazam, and it's 4 now for compLexity. 3 in a row.
You can see how important the utility is on the CT side. It's a perfect demonstration. If they do try and rush up, and you can do the first player with the ladder, incendiary towards Squeaky Door, the second as the Hut. At that point, everything's covered. You can stop those rushes and shut it all down. So there we go. It will be compLexity maybe arriving a little bit too late to this one. If they can get 9-6 though, that would be great. It looks like the money's actually a little bit underwhelming for Astralis here. You see the pick and predictions, 99% in favor of Astralis. So a lot of confidence from the crowd here. Stanislaw getting it done against the upper rush. Shazam to close it out. And an eco here of sorts. The Astralis do have Deagle armor. And they've been up against rifles out here, so I guess this makes sense. And when they get close, it shows Shazam as he'll nail the first. Now he knows he's under pressure. Needs to hit every single shot.
He's doing it. Turning this around, compLexity. Astralis changing the pace, got caught out a few times. Device does hit one Deeg from way downtown. Shazam goes out of the round with 2 kills, and Device, well aware of who he killed and what weapon he had, goes around to get the AWP, and as soon as he gets it, he finds Def way back towards CT. Hasn't had to do a lot, hasn't had to be a highlight machine so far, Device, but more than capable. As soon as he picks up the op, knew the exact angle of where to look. He'll now hold at red crate. If he goes any further forward, Stanislaw is waiting with the M4. They might actually push this as well. He's back over to the Deagle, but he has the angle lined up. AWP swings out. Got traded. Ricky was there. That's why they went. That's why they had the courage to do so. Bomb gets planted, and it's on him. He's got one already toward the stairs. That'll give an AUG to pick up. Doesn't have to peek on Ricky as of yet, but spots him. Now they have the information. Zipix pops out of the vents. They're everywhere.
Device and his Deagle managing to get a lot of damage done here, and Shazam gets the opening couple of frags. That's essentially a 5-on-3 that's somehow gone in favor of Astralis. Device gets the AWP out, and all bets are off. It looks like he's hitting every single shot. This was a deciding moment, though. As soon as nothing got dropped with the Deagle, they're now 10-4 down. Money's okay for the final round, but that had to be there. The 5-on-3 against Deagle armor only. Maybe too aggressive with that orb. Sure, got you the first 2 kills. We gave one of the world's best snipers his favorite weapon in return.
Stan just waiting. Chaos ensues. 2 AUGs carried over to the T side. They're just spraying everywhere with them. That goes the other way. It's not that they don't even want to drop the AUG for the AK, or the AUG for the AK, excuse me. They don't. They will drop an AK for an AUG.
Yeah, even the T's want them.
Yeah.
It's all falling apart here in the Counter-Strike world. Nothing makes sense. And Stanislaw again finds him the opening pick, but that really has not proven to be a recipe for success. They have got a 5-on-3 here. Ricky aggressive towards ramp. We'll take down the second, but it's the final round. No saving here. Glaive is actually all the way down here, and Ricky detects it. That should be it now. 10-5.
We normally say 10-5's a great score to have on Nuke if you were on the opposing side.
Yes, if you're on the CT side, it's actually pretty terrifying.
Dupree upstairs. Bomb is in the hands of Zipix. This was a 5-on-2. It's now a 3-on-2. As Zipix gets nothing pushing through from the ramp as well. And you can see compLexity. They're getting picked off one by one in too many situations. Shazam scoped in. I think they heard that. That would have been audible from that point. So they're already going to try and smoke him off the angle. Molotov, even better. So he can't just stand there. He's got to remove himself completely. And as a flash comes through from main, it actually blinds up both, but they can't afford to push that either. So this suddenly becomes Astralis with the advantage. Clever positioning from Zipix. He's going to go all the way up on top of the hut. Knows Shazam wants to come back in from that angle, but has to get off because Dupree gets in a battle. Zipix can control the peak. 1-on-2. Finds Def walking in already. They had no idea that he actually rotated back into the hut, and he just plays the bomb at this point. A 5-on-2, and with one shot, Zipix finds 11 as they pull it back together.
A 5-on-2. It actually happened. Every advantage compLexity got, they couldn't convert the round. Astralis outclassed them in every facet of the game. 11-4 as Astralis go over to the CT side now. We'll take a break and see who will be closing this one out. I've got a tight feeling it's going to be Astralis.
We get back into it. Astralis in a healthy lead. At 11-4, they swap over to the CT side. That says enough for Nuke, and they have a chance to go 28-0 on land.
Bear in mind they lost a pistol too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's miraculous. They could get 11 rounds on the T side of Nuke after losing pistol. Either way, I think we all know at this point that compLexity need this one, and not a good start for them. It's Dupree, though, who will be finding the bomb at least. How many headshots are these guys going to get? Not enough, it seems. Stanislaw nothing replying. All the kills happening at Squeaky Door right now. 3-on-2 in favor of Astralis. Actually, it's 2-on-2 now.
Maybe it's 13 with a 5-on-2.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Magisk, who was quiet in the first half, comes out and gets both. He was getting shut down outside on Silo by Death, but they couldn't convert rounds. That was the bigger problem. 11 turns to 12. I was brainstorming with you at halftime when we were off the mic, and you said maybe throw a curveball at Astralis, hope for the best. I came up with something that maybe saves them more dignity. I don't know if it's true or not, but maybe the thought process from compLexity is, look, we're playing Astralis. We're the heavy underdogs. We're likely going to go down 1-0 to start it off. Why not just give them Nuke so that we don't give away anything else to any of the other teams?
Yeah, it could be an approach.
That way they can't scout it, right? This is a team no one knows much about. They've been really good in practice.
If you remember,
maybe just throw away a map against Astralis so they save strats, essentially.
In London, when they went 3-0, they played all of those on Inferno, if you remember that. So they might have some specialist maps up their sleeve where they're much better on those, and they want to save that sort of approach for later on in the tournament. It might be an idea. I can't see there's many teams in the world who would accept their loss before and say, you know what, we'll save the rest. But
I'm just thinking, and normally if this was a full 5 and a team that was performing lately, I would say that never would happen. But
sure,
maybe with the current situation and that they're just trying to survive in this event, it's a thought. I'm not saying it's true.
Well,
maybe I'm being too nice to them.
Stanislaw smokes outside. They have force bought this one. I think they probably have to at this point. Not an ideal situation for them. Those smokes suggest they are going towards secret. They could burst through towards main entrance from the roof. Taking damage early on, and they've had so many advantages. It's not the individual skill here of compLexity is in question. It's the handling of Astralis. Once they get into that mode of, we can win this round, we know what we have to do. Their teamwork is just sensational. I think everyone's aware of that. And the way they play those rounds, the way they're approaching situations and peaking angles, just didn't seem like compLexity could contain them. They got plenty of openers. They had a 5-on-2 in round number 15. They couldn't convert to a victory.
Fine from Ricky, at least, as they blinded Dupree heading in, but they still haven't moved Magisk from the back of the site. And he'll remove Ricky. He got glaive beforehand, so they got a second kill from him. Found a third from Shazam. But the 2 players surviving from Astralis is more than enough, as it's now 13-4.
14-4 as well. They have to take a full eco here. This is as bad as it gets, really, in terms of financial situations. You're breathing down the neck of compLexity, 13-4. You just fended off their force buy in the second. They have to weaken this third. They're going to bring out some Deagles, 5 of them, and hope for the best. Their skill is there. compLexity have got players that can certainly frag. Preparation, though, is the main problem when you're against Astralis on the map they've never lost on.
Glaive wants to work back around the corner. Smoke down. He's going to push it, and he's underneath of Shazam, so he wouldn't be able to spot him. Flash is perfectly timed. He doesn't even worry about the second player, just gets back to safety. He'll play the angle, but Shazam's got the shot.
So's Device.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say.
That wasn't bad from him, and he got another as well. It's Ricky and nothing. With not a lot on the table, I'm afraid. Deagles, Ricky's been tagged somewhat, and it's not a matter of if, it's when Astralis win this round. As they wait for Ricky, who's had a very quiet showing by his standards. Didn't have many kills in the first half. I think he finished on 5, a couple of them being Zeus frags. Now his total's at 9. 14-4, last chance saloon for compLexity. Nothing. Decent spawn. I assume they'll just go for the default, so they'll go for the outside smoke, see what's done, and see if they can get a play down towards secret. Or just go for a full execution here. Off the bat, try and get towards upper, knowing that it's likely the orb comes out, which it hasn't just to note. So no early smokes. That does suggest upper execution to me. Quite quickly, we'll see.
Death outside. Sprays into the smoke. They're actually going to go by it. Glaive gets through the smoke into secret, so it's the fast entry to secret, which has more of a risk than rotating down through the ramp and through the hallway. past the nuclear reactor, back up onto the stairs. 4 AUGs and an M4. Remember Magisk, before they lowered the price value, he used to rave about these weapons, but never really showcased it.
That's true. He was one of the original adopters of the Krieg, especially on the T side, before the price reduction. Never really saw many kills of it, to be fair.
No, we didn't.
But he was using it. And MBK gave it a crack as well.
That's a fair point, yeah, it's interesting how he was right, but yet couldn't implement it. I think that's now that people are more used to it and the meta's changed,
so
it's comfortable.
filthy.
That is very nice. Positioning is brilliant from Glaive. Edge of the railing, just enough of an elevation. Device, Molotov's off the ramp, tries to slow them down. He's hoping that if that funnels them, they back away on Turnpike. That's why Magisk held station rather than trying to peek out against 4 of them. Instead, now Dupree gets lower. He gets into control. Device watches right side. He covers left. Everyone's got a shooting gallery. Dupree steps out, gets taken down, but Glaive gets 2. And it's now map point for Astralis to go 1-0 against compLexity.
Yeah, we know Astralis are winning at this point. To be fair to compLexity, the reasons you mentioned before, it's not like it's not an embarrassing result. This is the world's best team on their best undefeated map. I don't think anyone was having a conversation that compLexity be the ones to take it off them, but they would have liked to have got a few more rounds, get a bit deeper here. They won the pistol in the first half, and it's going to be potentially a 16-4 scoreline here. The individual skill looks good, though. Against a less organized team, I feel like they will cause some damage, maybe on a map they're more comfortable on, but we'll see. As it goes on, they're going to do the draw after this game, I believe, right? We do the draw for the next round.
Yep, that's
so we'll
right.
have a bit of a break before the next game.
And we will, for 2 reasons. One is, yes, we have to do the draw, but we have to wait for all games to finish. And yes. I think Cloud9 MIBR are in the early stages of their game. They were a little bit later to start because the NIP game and NRG went deep as well. Let me just give a score update on that if I can get it really quickly on my phone. It is currently 4-1 for Cloud9. So yeah, 5 rounds in. Really nothing to read into yet. There'll be a bit of time because it looks like Astralis could close this one now. Yeah, so we'll have to finish that one out, do the draw, set the teams up. So considering we've finished so quickly on this stream, you might have to listen to some lovely music. And we'll try and do maybe a podcast style thing, maybe 10 minutes before the game. So give you some more action. Make sure you stay on board with the Twitter as well. Well, probably for the sake of convenience and keeping everyone in one place and not having you jump around, they'll probably show the second half of that game on this stream. That's a good idea. It won't be us. They'll just take basically the feed and split it to both channels, but keep everyone happy. You can stay here and chat with probably less spam than that one will have. Well, for now at least, compLexity have got a couple of kills outside. Remember, the 5-on-2s have seemed to be their downfall. Now they've got a 5-on-3. Astralis still in the round. Maybe not for long, though. Great finish from Stanislaw. Dupree needs to try and fend him off, but he can't do it. It's now just Zipex. He'll be coming in from the ladder here. Gets the flash in. Great little approach there. Fortunate not to get the kill. It's Stan, the man, to get it done. He gets 2 kills. Same story for Ricky. At this point, just making sure the scoreline looks a little bit more competitive than 16-4. They can get some back-to-back rounds here, get warmed up, and feel like they did some damage. That would be enough. No one was expecting him to win this game, like, regardless of the map. They've come in with a stand-in essentially in the form of Nothing, who only fills in the tournaments now when required. Yeah, that's exactly right. He's moved on to greener pastures, perhaps, doing a lot of streaming and promotional work. Ambassador for the game, no doubt. Shotgun top hut, not uncommon. It actually gets overrun. It is Nothing that's going to take down Dupree. So at 15-5, they might get a second round as well because it's just Zipex and Device. Very fast play from compLexity and Stan. He's even got Device down. It's all to Zipex, who has information as to where he's gone, but still has 3 to find. Not a lot of money left over for Astralis otherwise. Astralis won't be closing it out just yet, it seems. Zipex gets up the ladder again, is looking for any stragglers, and if he can recover the AWP potentially. That would be something. Just gonna wait, try and find the weapon. It's actually dropped down beneath him. And presumably head towards CT spawn, sorry. And save the weapon. Look at all the kit he's got as well. He's got a smoke, incendiary, flash, AG, diffuse kit. A very valuable save. So, worth it. They won't be able to buy around this, but at least actually have a chance of winning the round. Give that to Device. Maybe
Not going to be the case considering Zipex has the armor, and he's never really picked up the sniper at all in his career. So
he's like the only one on the team that
I was
never
trying to think
has.
of any moments or highlights he's had. I think he's had like in 2018, he probably had like 4 up frags. I think I saw something like that, something ridiculously low like that. But like that might be wrong. I'll go check it out. But he's definitely not known to be an AWPer, as you would say.
No, certainly not. So 2 rounds in a row for complexity and money gone for Astralis. They're at least getting something going for themselves. It's important. They need to get some rounds just to get the confidence up moving on, because we've got another round of the Swiss system today, which means you don't have a lot of time to reset. You certainly don't have a lot of time to counter-strat the team you're about to match off against. As they do the reseeding, it's not really a draw anymore, so it's unfair to call it a redraw. But when the bracket's redesigned, nothing. He'll hold. Katowice walks into that and he gets him down. So for that sake, for all those reasons I just said, it's important for complexity to just get some rounds under the belt today, because it's another best of 1 and you don't want to go 0-2 tonight.
They did get the AWP to Katowice. Just to know that Zipex has recovered it from his corpse. And wow, okay, Glaive, that's ambitious, and it all works out for him. Now with the AWP in the hands of Zipex, who knows what he can do? A lot of work, it seems. That's not bad. Deep Free with a shotgun towards main entrance. He's hoping that show from Zipex will potentially yield him a frag. Stanistore towards heaven though, and Zipex on for another kill. Dupree did damage.
You said 4 in 2018. He's got 2 this round.
That was me plucking out.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was, but it was something
4 sounds ridiculous.
That's the point I was making. I didn't think we'd ever analyze it, but
well,
I should take it back.
Foot and mouth. He's got 3 this round. He's a superstar.
He's going to double his total of 2018 right here, right now.
Oh
he's
my!
Done it.
He's got 4 already. It's so funny you said that number, and that's what he gets in 1 round on the op after we just said he never ops. It's 16-6. They pull it back on that alone, and Astralis go up as expected. To be fair, 1-0 over complexity.
It was expected. Maybe.